Morning. All right, today I want to talk about movement. So, we live in a modern world, and I am mad. I mean, there's a lot of wonderful things about the modern world, please don't get me wrong, but I'm really mad about my job and how I am required to spend 7 hours a day sitting in front of a screen. It it just makes me livid. I spent my childhood moving, dancing, playing, and then when I was a teenager, I loved to rollerblade. We had a tennis court, like a neighborhood tennis court right next to our house, and I would go and rollerblade on the tennis court. It was so much fun. And then when I went to undergrad, we never really did like sports as kids. And so as soon as I got to undergrad, I just went nuts. Like I wanted to do everything. So I joined the boxing club and was like the first female boxing fight exhibition. I was part of that. I lost. But I did like cardio kickboxing. I was in dance and theater productions. I rode my bike everywhere. I went to the gym and worked out with my friend, which I'd never I didn't know about gyms. I never thought about working out before. So this whole universe opened up to me and I just loved it. And then in my 20s, I was working in Washington, D.C., very busy job. Some nights I would sleep under my desk because it would be so late and there was an urgent submission deadline and it just didn't make sense to go home. It was, a busy, exciting time of my life. I also worked at a restaurant, so I was walking. I love working at restaurants. You walk, 17,000 steps in a shift, and you're lifting things, carrying trays of heavy food, talking to people, refilling ice with these big buckets of ice. It's just a very active job. And with my desk job, I would get off of work and then go to this gym. And it was just like playtime for me. I would do 3 classes in a row. I would do technical Brazilian jiu-jitsu class. And then I would do a Zumba class. And then I would do a restorative yoga class. And I didn't go because I wanted to lose weight or I wanted to be fit or I had any particular goal. I went because it was fun and it was on the way home. And I biked everywhere in that city. I didn't have a car. And that was just my normal life. I wasn't trying to be fit and active. I just was doing things that I enjoyed. And I was moving all day. I am a person who needs to move. I feel not myself sitting all day. And now, I'm 42 and I'm going nuts with this job. We're just sitting in front of a computer and we have calls, back-to-back calls all morning. And then I need to get work done after that. And that requires sitting at a laptop, typing like a laptop monkey. And I hate it. It makes me really mad. I'm still working out. I do strength training 2 days a week. I do Legree, which is similar to Pilates, but not Pilates. More intense. You're holding these positions for long periods of time on an unstable surface on a table that moves. And it is super intense and helps your muscles to sort of figure out how to work together to hold you up. It improved my posture. It improved my pelvic floor. You're just using your body as like a whole system to hold you up rather than like doing a bicep curl and just working on even a bicep curl. You're using other muscles in your body. But I do mobility classes. Those have made a huge difference. And I walk, I bike, but it just isn't enough. Like it's so many hours at this age. I don't know. I could do it in my 20s, and also I was doing a lot more workouts, exercise, movement outside of work. Now I have 2 kids, and I'm just kind of more sedentary anyway. Like I get home and I'm tired and I'm mad because I just had to sit all day. So like I lay on the couch and watch YouTube videos on my phone about movement. But I am the kind of person naturally that, like if I'm in the kitchen in the morning making breakfast, you know, I could put a song on and like dance a whole choreographed dance, totally in the moment, totally feeling it in the kitchen. Why don't I do that anymore? It's really sad. And I have all this frustration at work, and I was thinking about it yesterday. Like I have to bribe myself to do work tasks, which is, it is what it is. Lately, we've been going through a super duper unexpected, very busy time where we're doing annual planning 3 months early and a proposal for the follow-on project at the same time. So all of this extra work on top of our normal tasks. And I'm mad. I'm really mad. It's the summertime. I should be hanging out with my children. This should be the not busy time. I worked really hard during the annual planning 6 months ago so that I could enjoy, that wouldn't feel bad, like having slower work times. But annual planning apparently doesn't happen once a year. It happens once every 6 months, and I'm pissed. So, like my summer plans, and this 2 months ago, things were just, I was able to relax and take a breath and like enjoy my life after a long time of not being able to do that. And this period will give me job stability and security, you know, so it's a good investment of my time. Logically, I get it. I'm willing to put in the work, but my body is rebelling. It's like, no, I'm not going to sit for that many hours a day. And I'm not going to miss out on like evening. You work hard all day and then you get home at night and you can rest, you can relax, you can turn your brain off, you can enjoy the fruits of your labor. But no, I will be working in the evenings. And so yesterday I was kind of trying to examine why I'm so mad about this and why I have to bribe myself to do tasks. So I get through my first part of the day, the meetings, and then I usually have like whatever my main task that I actually need to physically do. Review a document, prepare an analysis. So not a meeting that I need to have with someone, but an actual task, which frankly, I'm not very good at those anymore. I should be just talking to people all day. That's what I'm really good at. Strategizing, seeing what the problem is, proposing solutions, getting different people around the table to understand where we are aligned. That's really what I'm good at. Anyway, that's not my job right now. Or it's part of my job, but I'm actually doing the tasks. I really need to be a manager, don't I? Okay, so I will go to a coffee shop, order a decaf latte, do my meetings, first get through the first part of the day. Then when I am done with meetings and need to start doing my tasks, I feel so much resistance. I'll go get a decaf Americano with lots of cream and some chocolates from the coffee shop. I don't need to eat chocolate. I don't even crave chocolate regularly. I much prefer salty foods, like give me a bag of Doritos if I'm gonna be eating junk food. But there's just something currently where I need to bribe myself with the afternoon decaf coffee and the chocolates to just make it through the task, because I so don't want to do it. And as I was like kind of digging into it deeper yesterday, like what is really the problem? Because I do tasks, other times of the year, and I don't need to bribe myself to get them done. What is specifically different about right now that's bringing up so much resistance, and I'm having to fight myself tooth and nail to just like get my job done? It's like inefficient. It's a waste of my energy to have so much internal conflict about like a simple task. And sort of digging into it, I would like to be moving. So ideally, I work for 45 minutes, 50 minutes, and then I have like 5 minutes where I can get up and move, because that will help with my low back pain. It will certainly help with my hunched back posture. It'll help like me feel good. And like I pushed back against myself and said, getting up for 5 minutes every hour is not enough. That's not enough of a break. I need more than 5 piddly minutes every hour to like be a human instead of a laptop monkey. So I want to move every hour. I should move every hour. I think that would help me out, but I don't want to do it because it's like 5 minutes. That's what you're going to give me. 5 minutes. So there's like this deep, really deep, intertwined connection between like movement and happiness, or movement and, like, for me particularly, feeling committed to myself, like taking care of me, kind of not abandoning myself for the work. That's what it is. I have to bribe myself with chocolate to do the work because I feel like sitting for 7 hours straight, not getting up, eating, while I'm working. I usually bring my lunch with me to the coffee shop and I eat it there. Not taking time for myself is a way that I'm abandoning myself, and I'm really mad about that. So I'm trying to think about, like, how can I move more? Or how can I just, ideally, how can I not do this job? But with the skill set I have and my need to work remotely, like for my kids and myself, the needs that I have to be traveling or like living in places that I find fill my cup creatively. I just need to have the remote job for now. It can change later, but with the age the kids are right now, this is actually a really good setup for me. I just need to find a way to like have movement in my day and to be away from screens as much as I possibly can during the workday. So here are things I've come up with previously and I've done somewhat, but I just like lately with all this busyness have consistently not made the time to do it. So there are meetings I can do while walking. If I don't need to be on video, if I don't need to talk, I can just take the meeting on my phone with headphones in and walk that whole hour. It does mean I'm not working on other things. Like if I were sitting down and in one of those meetings, I would probably be working on other things at the same time. So really not paying attention. That's what that's called. Multitasking is not real. So I could do that. I have done that. And I think I just need to prioritize making that happen. If I go to the coffee shop, I can't like leave and come back. I feel I go to this coffee shop so much I probably could. But at a normal coffee shop, it'd be weird to like come, get a coffee, sit and do work for a while, leave, and then come back and do some more work and not buy another coffee. But I don't know, if I feel really bad, I could always just buy some tea. That's a solution. Decaffeinated tea with nothing in it. I don't even have to drink it. So that's one thing. I also have a walking pad at the house. I really don't like working at the house because it's the wrong headspace. I go to the coffee shop and I can just get really deep focus. But I could not pack my lunch and I could do my morning work and then come home and have lunch, and then I miss that whole coffee and chocolate thing in the middle of the afternoon. And I could do work while on the walking pad. And then I'm getting a lot more steps in and I feel better. I feel a lot better. So that's one other thing I could do. I feel like movement snacks are all the rage now online. That would be helpful. There's some part of me that rebels against it because it feels like it's super pious, for lack of a better word. Oh, I'm going to do a 3-minute movement snack now so that I can be super healthy. I'd much rather like just turn music on and dance my face off for 2 songs and have that be my movement snack. So maybe I'll just do that. That's definitely more my vibe and energy level. So I guess that's something I'll experiment with and see if it works. I obviously can't do that in the coffee shop. I mean, I could, but I'll probably have to go outside to the back of the coffee shop and have my dance party by myself. I can do that. That's a doable thing. There was a period of time before things got super busy where I was really focused on how can I enjoy what I'm doing rather than like quitting my job and doing what I enjoy. And don't get me wrong, there's a lot I like about my job, but rather than trying to change anything, just look at the day that you already have, the routines you already have, and say, like, how can I enjoy this just the tiniest bit more? How can I make this more enjoyable? And I'm going to say, like, the chocolate and the coffee, certainly, I don't know if that I even enjoy them. Like, I don't take the moment and really savor the flavor of the chocolate. It's like, insert chocolate, begin work. You know, it's like a transactional. But before things got super busy and I was working on trying to enjoy my life just the littlest bit more, one thing I was doing was listening to really good music while I was working. Probably wasn't, it probably made me like 50% less efficient, but I was definitely enjoying myself. So I would be standing. I work at coffee shops that have the higher tables, and I can sit if I want, but I can also stand. So I move the chair out of the way. I stand. I have a laptop riser, a portable laptop riser, so I can have the laptop at the right height for my eyeballs, and I just put my music in, and I can essentially be dancing, not full out dancing, right? Whatever the equivalent of chair dancing is when you're standing at a desk. And that was fun. I wasn't doing it like a ton of like steps per se, but I was moving and grooving, and I was having a good time, and I wasn't really getting quite near as much done. But I could bring that back. I guess I could stop just being mad about having to do extra work right now and just make it the new normal for this period. It's not going to be forever. Basically, I could just change my attitude. And then when I get home, I can go for a walk. I could take my 6-year-old and go for a walk with her on my back, talk about a weighted vest. The other day, I went out for a bike ride with her, so we could do that, maybe a longer bike ride. We could have a dance party. Just put some music on in the house and blast it out. I need more movement, and not like exercise movement, but expressive movement, like human happiness movement. Just the way people moved before there were all these screens in our lives. A Zumba. I could do a Zumba class on the TV with my kids. That'd be fun. So I'm just thinking about, how much my mood is negatively impacted by a lack of movement during my work hours. All right, these are good ideas. Thanks for chatting through it with me. I'll let you know how all of this goes. The biggest concern will be like trying to do new things in a period that's already stressful adds more stress. But movement makes me feel so happy. So I'll try that out, and I'll let you know how it goes. Toodles!